Hey guys, welcome back. I'm your host, Proxy Wolf, the Lone Wolf caster today. And down here at the bottom left, we have Slayer's Brown, a player holding off his teammate's interesting Thor timing attack. And at the top right, Ryung on the same team. I want to talk a little bit about that last game. I kind of just dropped everything and let the next lobby get hosted and everything else after that game, so I didn't really get to talk about that. There became a time where after Ryung botched that first attack, he should have made a third command center. Yeah, sure, it's going to be tough to hold Colossus attacks with range out on the map. He's not going to have very many units, but he had Vikings. He didn't lose them. He kept his Banshees alive. Yeah, he can hold his third base. Imagine what it would be like if he scanned and killed the Observer during an attack and then just crushed the Colossus army on its way home. He has a third base now. Why not make a third base? Ryung clearly, got nervous there. Something was not going right in his mind. He probably just got nervous playing against his teammate. As you guys saw in that first attack, he completely botched it. There were force fields that were on the toes of Thor's, man. If Brown had actually missed his force fields just like literally a pixel to the side, then those force fields would have been cancelled before even being made by those Thors. And I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed that Ryung did not make that attack work. But either way, a nice hold by Brown, doing the best he could to deal with those units, making Colossi and Observers. Not an easy feat. This time Ryung is doing the Ryung build. Really a Marine King style build. At least the opening is very similar to some builds that Marine King does. I'm not saying the one Brax expand is something that only Marine King did, but Marine King did it better than most people for quite some time in this matchup. Probe kind of has a taste of what's going on, but last game the Probe came over here, saw this, and then it was a factory-based build, so he may be suspicious again. Either way, that's the idea behind this supply depot, is to play mind games with your opponent. He doesn't really know what you're doing for sure. He can guess, though. Second gas being taken by Brown. I'm curious to see what Brown's going to do when he finds out that this is actually a command center build. Ooh, Probe trying to see the command center, but he's making it too far to the right for the Probe to see anyways. Marine actually going to trap this Probe perhaps. Look at this. Close call. Oh no, the Probe. Oh, is he going to get away? Lucky Probe. Does get away. Wanted to see if there was a tech lab going down. It's always important to know. And we may again see a 2 assimilator Nexus. I'm curious to see if that's what's going to happen. No. 1 gate Robo. A really safe build to do. In the current state of the metagame for this matchup, it's a build that is a little bit weird to do. It's risky because if your opponent is doing this, for example, you feel a little bit behind. You're not sure if you can really do a lot with your Robo. You're like, well, do I go for a Colossus timing now to try to catch up? Or do I try to bust him with Immortals? Or do I just try to make a Nexus and catch up? And none of those options really feel very good against this type of 1 barracks expand. So this is a safer build, but it's almost too safe right now for what's going on. Although a lot of people have been doing really new and cool things with Immortals. FXO Oz has been doing it, I've been doing it, Artosis has been doing it, using Immortals to attack the front of bases, attack bunkers, attack depots, go out with a really fast Immortal and just force your opponent to stay in his base, and you can actually just kill him a lot of the time because with that new Immortal range, Immortals are so strong, take out these buildings so quickly. So we'll see what he's got in mind. Factory going down, as well as double reactors right now for Ryung. Hasn't lifted that command center up just yet. He wants to be sure of what his opponent is doing first. Oops, I'm sorry, I keep misclicking, guys. I'm not used to controlling the mouse like this during the break. I tried to switch it, but I guess I pressed something wrong. To change it during the next break. I know you guys aren't too hard on me. I know no one out there is angry. I want to give you guys some clarification, that's all. Calm down. Observer coming over here, and he's already kind of seen everything. Stalker poked up the ramp, saw a bunker, saw a reactor. He knows there's a command center back there. Otherwise there'd be units moving out already if it was just the reactor Marine, and then like the siege tank push to follow it up. Observer comes in here, does see the command center, sees that tanks are on the way as well as siege mode. He's already got immortals popping out though. And you know, we are going to see that immortal push that I was talking about. I feel like I saw the future or something. This pylon is not long for this world, he's going to have to cancel that. Oh, maybe not. Decides not to go for that pylon because he knew there were sentries coming. And oh! Not the best force field. Does get 2 Marines. So 2 Marines for 2 force fields, actually an okay trade. And watch this, guys. 4 Marines trapped in this hex. All gonna get killed. And now the Immortal is out. This is a really new and exciting build that's popular in Korea right now. And it is being made use of by Brown. He's gonna take out this depot. Guess what, guys? He's gonna get this reactor too. And Ryung suddenly in a little bit of trouble, finding himself a little bit contained here. But nice control by Ryung. And siege mode is out. Just be very careful with where he puts his tank. That is not a safe place to put your tank in this scenario. Oh no, he's also moving out with his Marines. A terrible timing for Ryung. If Brown decides to attack him at this point, he's going to wish he hadn't. And here he goes! Guardian Shield up! Force Field on the ramp! The Siege Tank doing some extra damage, though he's not targeting down with the Immortals. The Marines are buffering here, but look at that micro on the Immortals. Needs to target them on the Siege Tank. He doesn't have vision up the ramp because the Observer was taken out. Trying to run up the ramp now with these Zealots, and up the ramp they go. Targeting down these Siege Tanks now, but I'm not sure if this is the best trade. And maybe Brown, like I, did not realize that without Observers, cannot fire onto the high ground. With the Observer in that situation, he would have been totally fine. He does have another Observer over here now, but it's a bit too late. Pylon will fall. Does have an expansion up. Right now the worker count is 40 to 36 in the favor of Brown, but he has no units. 40 probes and 1 observer, that is it. No other units whatsoever. His robotic support bay is almost done. He's making an immortal right now and going up to 5 gateways, but his push concerns me and will concern him. This is a concerned observer right here because he is seeing it all. He's going to try to delay this push with some stalkers. He's going to have to micro these extremely well. Yeah, if he can force this siege, it buys him just precious seconds he's going to need. Colossus on the way. He's going to want that. You know, some might argue an Immortal would have been better in this case, but I think the Colossus is absolutely important. A few SCVs coming to repair and also to make bunkers. Zealots warping in here. The gateways are done. This is going to be so tough to hold. This is the best map to do a build like this on. Immortal here on hold position, trying to stop the bunkering, but look at that. Siege Tank's down. He does get the bunker though. That bunker was not cancelled. I don't know if Brown can hold this. He might have to go before this bunker finishes. The Colossus is out! Immortal taking a few hits here. He's gonna go for it! Colossus leading the charge here, and Marines wanting to target down but cannot! The bunker does not finish, and I think Brown may have done it again! Zealots take out the final siege tank! And that is it for Ryung's push. And in this time, things are a little bit different than they were last time. This time, Colossi are out. There is no starport. And man, is Ryung in trouble. He's trying to make a bunker desperately now. That may finish in time, but it's not going to be easy to hold this next attack. Colossus range is on the way. That is going to be the nail in the coffin. If he can finish that before there are Vikings out. There are just not a lot of units for Ryung here. Not looking good. More Zealots coming in as well. Brown looking so solid. He is showing he doesn't care about his teammates' timing attacks. Mech play. Taking out this Observer is quite nice. There are 2 siege tanks here. Nice staggering as well. He does not yet have range. So you can see it's almost done. About 40 more in-game seconds with Chrono Boost. It's going to take just a little while longer. But Brown in a great position from here. Probably just going to make a Nexus once he finds how many siege tanks there are. He's just going to keep poking with that Colossus range at these bunkers, and then eventually just make a Nexus. It's just going to happen. So, this is actually really impressive solid play with Brown. Not overcommitting here. He's actually, oh well, I guess he's just going to overcommit here, but even so it might be too much. Colossus range is done. These bunkers aren't finishing. And you know what? I think this may be the end Gotta keep that Colossus alive, though. The Zealot's taking a lot of hits here. You know, Brown did not need to commit this much. It looks like he is... Whoa, man, you gotta stop that. Stop it, there's 2 siege tanks on the high ground. You do not have any units to deal with those right now. Getting another Colossus, though. Probably going to warp in a few Stalkers. He has started the Nexus now. He's contained Ryung. He's still up 10 supply. Starting his Forges and his Twilight Council at the moment. Just be very careful with how he engages this. I do not agree with him continuing to poke like this. If he loses this Colossus, he's going to regret it. But Brown's just, every time I talk about the decisions that Brown shouldn't make, he just does them and impresses me with them. That's what's going on so far this game. Ryung sitting out in his factory to know the positioning of his opponent's units. Wants to know if it's ever a good time to try to take this high ground here. And he's going to see with this factory, oh, okay, you're moving out, you're going back home. I might be able to make a 3rd command center. And in fact, immediately starts that 3rd command center back in his main base. He's about to have 1-1. 1-1 very late for Brown. But with Chrono Boost, he'll be able to catch up very quickly. He's already got this 3rd base almost finished. He's going to start transferring a decent amount of these probes. Game not over by any means, though. Ryung only about 7 supply down at this point. He's got a decent force out. He's got some siege tanks still alive to buffer. Medivacs, Vikings on the way, keeping a very good ratio. Problem is his opponent's got a strong composition already, and he is teching up to Templar, and those upgrades are going to catch up so quick. Without a 3rd base, Ryung cannot hope to outproduce his opponent at this point, because Brown is going to make more gateways. Look at that. The wave of his mouse adds the extra gateways he needs. He's got this 3rd base. Why not? He can support that, so he's going to do it. Probe over here checking. Says, oh, you just really don't have a 3rd base. Checks over here with the Zealot. Finds out for sure he doesn't have a 3rd base. Even has this watchtower right now. Totally on top of everything. In fact, when you use this group of 4 Stalkers to deny scouting from this SCV, well, he wanted to, but not quite make that happen. And it looks like the SCV is going to try to see these High Templar. They do get hidden from them, though. Little drop over here spotted one of the pylons that was going up, so not going to be able to know if the 3rd base goes up here anymore. And since this command center is on this left side, probably going to lift it and put it over here. Brown going to be a little bit in the dark about that for a while. Wants to see if his opponent is moving out right now. He will be able to see that with this observer as well as this pylon and watchtower. Ryung actually broadcasting everything he's doing to his opponent, which is a little bit disappointing. When you move out like this, you might want to just send a Marauder and a Marine to kill up the watchtower and then move out. Then your opponent's not really sure. Yeah, sure, he's got an observer here, but just be more careful, because now he's totally ready. He's going to move his units over here. He's going to be prepared to engage you at this choke point at the bottom of the ramp. He's going to meet you there. He's also sending an observer here, so he can spot you if you come down this side. He's actually on top of everything. So that's why, Ryung, you don't send your whole army out in plain sight. 2-2 on the way now for Ryung, or for Brown rather. Ryung cannot afford it at this time. His engineering bays, just kind of sitting here not spinning. Does have that armory done. Could start them, but doesn't want to spend the resources right now. So he's going to do a pretty heavy drop over here. 2 full drop ships. Factory coming over to spot to see what's there. There is a cannon and a High Templar waiting. And will he feed back? Not enough energy to kill these medevacs. He's going to drop actually at the natural. Templar does have enough for a storm. Probably going to run these probes away and then storm. But the Templar is taking so long to get over there. He's actually going to send his entire army back now. This is just what Ryung wants. And the Templar going down without even storming. Gets out of here, doesn't lose anything. Except that one Marauder. Don't want to make his family feel sad. He got the Purple Heart. Another Nexus going up here for Brown at the former gold base. Long distance mining there because he was a little bit oversaturated over here. That's okay though. Always better to long distance mine than to not mine at all, or to mine oversaturated, which is essentially the same as not mining at all. Now, Ryung's got a decent amount of barracks. He's got this ghost upgrade on the way, 2-2 on the way as well, but his opponent's already at 2-2. He's already got High Templar out. The ghosts are a little bit late to the party. These 2 siege tanks, though, are going to be quite helpful. I'm glad he kept those alive. They're going to really slow down any pushes and scare Brown from moving out. But Brown's just got such a solid army. It's so much stronger than Ryung's right now. If he just pokes at the right place, he could do a ton of damage. He's actually just going to run charge Zealots in. This is really interesting. He's going to be able to kill a ton of SCVs here, forcing them off the line, in fact. And Marine stim and attack. Not going to be able to clean up these Zealots with just 2 Marines, though. Not 3 either. He's actually going to have to stim a lot more units. Nice little harassment by Brown, and a Zealot actually coming up here to do a little bit of harassment. It's that same one that was on patrol earlier, I would predict. So an attack here, a lot of Zealots leading the charge. Vikings in the mix as well. Only 3 Colossi though. Good Storm hits all the Vikings and all the High Templar. But it looks like there are just too many units for Brown, catching all of Ryung's forces. They're 2 split up. And that is it. GG. Brown 2-0s his teammate Ryung, holding one timing attack after another, showing us that he really knows his opponent's playstyle. And I'm really impressed with that play overall. I think, to be perfectly honest, Ryung way overcommitted with that Thor attack in the first game, and then that second game just kind of fell apart a little bit. Did not keep up with I don't know how to put it exactly, but I feel like his positioning was just not the best when he attacked that Nexus. But you guys can go back and watch the VOD of that and see what I mean. We're gonna take a short break before we go into Clyde versus Parting, so don't go anywhere. If you go anywhere, go on Twitter, follow me on ProxyWolf, go follow GoemTV on GoemTV. Please do both of those things. And I will see you guys in a few minutes.